Hi, this is Alan Robinson. I played Ghostface in Scream 2. You're watching Craven's Something Scary.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. That's something you don't hear very often here on the channel. Good afternoon. Coming to you a little bit early today on a Wednesday, and that's a good thing. Gives some folks a chance to be a part of a live stream here that aren't normally able to attend a lot of live streams. Sometimes different parts of the country, different parts of the world for that matter. And here we are for a great time. It's gonna be a blast. And I want to say welcome to all of our visitors, subscribers, patrons, and Cravenites. Welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Well, today is going to be, again, a fun stream, and I brought along a new guest, a first time guest for the channel. And she is someone who I've been keeping my eye on for quite a while on her channel and her content. And she's been she's been cranking it out, man, making some great quality content for Scream and just really consistent and just grinding. I mean, grinding it out, man. Like you're gonna see here in a minute what I'm talking about. A lot of you already are familiar with my guest, but for those of you who are not, you're gonna fall in love with her and some of her theories, all right? And even if you don't like all of her theories, you're gonna love the passion and the hard work she puts into them. And that's what, you guys, you know how I feel. I'm like, I always say this, whether or not I agree with someone on their views, someone who puts in the work and can at least explain a plausible, a theory or explain a theory that makes plausible sense. I respect that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm on board with that, at least to the point where I say, well done. It's on the table. It's at least on the table for discussion. And she does that. And I respect that a lot. So I've enjoyed seeing her channel grow quite a bit in a very short time. So I'm very happy to bring her here, and hopefully you guys will get a chance to visit her channel after the stream ends and check out some of her amazing theories over there. But without further ado, hold on. Before I do bring her on, I want to do something that I always do for you guys because it's important to me to do this. First of all, I want to say hi to the chat, everyone here. I see we're up to about 30 folks already, which is pretty darn good for me because I never stream at like 3 o'clock. It's unusual. And I do see that you guys are coming in, and I appreciate that. And Denisha looks like is here to moderate the chat. Keep an eye on things. Appreciate that. And I want to say hello to everybody. I see my buddy Marcus is here from I Shot Him 6 times. What's up, brother? Um, and David says I hadn't been here in a while. And that's right, man. So see, I'm glad you're here and can make it. And Lady Luna as well. There's a lot of folks, and I appreciate you all. And also, I just want to say, for all of my patrons, if your name is in green here, you're a channel member. That means you're supporting this channel every month with your hard-earned dollars. And believe me, I know with inflation and all that we're dealing with, that it's sometimes very hard to part ways with our hard-earned dollars. And it means the world to me that you're being so faithful and you're supporting the channel. It means a lot to the channel's growth. And I wanted to, for just a few seconds here, shine the spotlight on all of you so that you know how much I appreciate you. So I'm just going to ask, before I bring on my guests and we get into some really fun theories and discussion, I would ask you to just pay attention to the folks here on the screen because every one of these names represents someone who is helping this channel grow and keeping the lights on for this channel. And it means a lot. All right. So here we go, guys. For all my patrons and subscribers, you guys are on the show now. This is for you. Here we go. Fantastic. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. And Danielle says, it's a Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I know. Catching you guys by surprise. I like to keep you on your toes. I like to do that. All right. And last thing, real quickly, and that's right, Jake. Thank you, my friend. Closing in on 10K subs. Let's go. Yes, indeed. In fact, I'll give you my current count, everyone. As of right now, looks like I'm 150 away. That's it. 150 subs, and we'll be at 10,000. Unbelievable. It's surreal to even think it. But we're that close. And wow, we're gonna have a 10,000K celebration stream here. It's gonna be insane next month. So stay tuned for that. But last thing I'm going to say is, as my guest and I get into our discussions, we'll certainly get to as many of you in the chat as possible. When we're talking 30 plus people in the chat, plus the two of us talking, it's impossible to get to everyone's comments and questions. Now, I know that you know that, but I always like to remind everyone because I don't want anyone to be offended or take it personal. It's nothing like that at all. But I will say this: if you have a burning question or a burning comment you just really want us to talk about, you do have a means and method for that to happen. Simply send a super chat in. It is an option for you. It does two things. Number one, it puts your question up on the screen. Then my guest and I will address it. We'll dig into it. And it also supports the channel. So you're doing two things. And it really is a big, big help for the channel. So those things are on the table for you if you choose to do so. All right. Now, having said all of that, let's do it now. Please welcome my guest for the first time on the channel, Sister Pam. Hey, Pam.
Hi. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. And what I said earlier, I really mean it. I've enjoyed your content and have enjoyed kind of watching you from the background, growing that channel up and checking out your videos. And one thing that I thought was also really impressive that um, it's something that I do and you do and I think content creators with integrity do. But there's unfortunately a lot of there are other content creators that don't. I'm almost leave it at that. But one thing that impressed me really was that as you were doing your theories and some of your ideas, you would always give shout outs. And I was like, I mean, you gave a couple of shout outs to me on videos, other
Hmm.
people, Marcus, others. I'm like, that says a lot. That really says a lot because there would be some people that want to try to just cannibalize and take
Yeah.
credit themselves. And the fact that you're like, what? No, that's not the right way to do this. That,
Hmm.
that earns a lot of respect in the community. And
Thank you.
so you're welcome. That really grabbed my attention. And I'm like, okay, well now that tells me a lot about who this person is as a person. So
Hmm.
now I really want to watch your content even more because this tells me a lot. So and the folks are very excited to see you here. I know a lot of you guys already know Sister Pam's channel for sure. Um, thank you, Jake. Two of the best in the business when it comes to scream. Very kind.
Wow, thank you.
It's awesome. Um, fantastic. So Pam, I was just thinking that while we're talking today,
Hmm.
we could yeah, that's right, Marcus. I know you guys have done a collab together as well. Um, but yeah, I think that I'll call myself the conductor of the stew train.
Yes,
Um,
rightfully so.
yes, thank you. Uh, and Russell, I'm glad you said this because everyone, and Denisha, thank you for putting in the chat. If you have not subscribed to Pam's channel, please go to Sister Pam's channel. It's right there in the live chat. And she's at five. Have you hit the 5K mark? Because I haven't looked in a
I
couple of
have.
days.
Yes.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's such a milestone. Wow, that is huge.
Yeah,
That is such a big deal. That is
I can't
fantastic.
believe it.
I bet, right? So it's a big milestone for you too. 1,000, five
Mhm.
thousand, 10,000. I mean, all those are big milestones, and I'm so happy for you. Um,
Thank you.
so guys, go. I see. Oh, there. I see folks are going. All right, go and subscribe. Lady Luna just subscribed as well. There you
Thank you
go.
so much, everyone.
Awesome. So yeah, go guys, go subscribe. And if you're watching this on the replay mode, be sure you go and subscribe as well. Um, and she's definitely a content creator that's worthy of your subscription. and viewing time for sure.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. So, as I was saying, I am the conductor of the Stew Train. And I don't know, I definitely believe you have a spot in the front of this train. Like you belong in the VIP very front row section up there, Pam,
Thank you so
because
much.
you're welcome. It just seems right. Because when I've watched your videos, you have a passion for Stu coming back, don't you?
Absolutely.
So do me a favor, tell our audience, um, where did this passion for Stu Macher and him being in his return come from you? How long have you been a passionate Stu fan?
Pretty much since 5 came out, and we got
Mhm.
that little clue with the YouTube video when Richie was watching YouTube.
Yes.
And knowing that that was the original plan for Scream 3,
Hmm.
I was like, they're setting this up for sure. I mean, they have to be.
Yes.
So ever since 5 came out, I've been on the Stu train.
And then I know that you've put videos out about clues for Stu, as have I.
Mhm.
Um, and it really seems, doesn't it, that the writers in 5 and 6 both, I mean, the same writers, but I mean, they they did the job in 5 and 6, it seems to me, that they have put breadcrumbs in both of these movies pointing to
Absolutely.
him. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure. What are some of those clues that jump out to you? Let's start with 5. Like we talked about the video clip. That's a big one. Did the real
Mhm.
Stu Macher survive? That was a huge clip at the bottom
Mhm.
of the screen. But I'm going to give you one of mine, and then let's just kind of go with the flow.
Okay.
So for me, I personally believe that the opening phone call with Tara is Stu Macher. What do you
Yes.
think about that? Do you think so?
I agree. Definitely, definitely gives Stu vibes.
Hmm.
The part where, I mean, Tara forgets to mention him, and then Ghostface seems kind of like offended on the phone.
That's right.
Um, yeah, and then when Tara says that's like so 90s, right? You pointed that out in your video, and
Yeah,
Ghostface responds like, "Huh." That
that's right.
definitely makes me think that it could definitely be Stu.
Yes, it's ultra 90s. Huh. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then the other thing about that conversation that just every time I hear it, it jumps out to me. It's like whenever she talks about, it's elevator horror. And he's like, elevator horror, what's that? Like, what's
Right.
that? He doesn't
Mhm.
know. It's not
Right.
it's not his thing. And he's like, doesn't
Mhm.
that kind of fancy pants?
Mhm.
And then he's like, it sounds a little boring to me, you
Yep.
know? And like that would be boring to Stu. I think he would be bored with a typical A24 movie. This guy doesn't want that. He wants to see some slicing and dicing. That's what he does.
Exactly.
Yeah. um, and yeah, absolutely. And Danielle says, try loaves of bread. Yeah, you could say that. Um, that's funny. So that's a big clue. And you're right. The way he says Stu Macher, he really emphasizes that Macher
Mhm.
part. Like, oh,
Yep.
all right, fair enough. Is there anything else in 5 that kind of jumps out to you that you can recall off
Um,
memory that you think about that points to him?
the scene with Dewey's kill,
Hmm.
definitely like I've heard you talk about before that Amber's style of killing is very stabby.
Yes.
But this ghost face that kills Dewey is very clean with it, and they
Hmm.
gut him from groin to sternum.
Oh, yes.
And another thing I
Yes.
noticed in that scene is right before Ghostface shows up, Tara hits Richie with the phone, and Richie
Hmm.
says, "Did you just hit me with the phone?" Which, in my opinion, is a callback to Stu in the first movie
That's right.
when
That's
Billy
true.
hits him with the phone. So that's just another little clue for that scene alone.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. And again, yeah, it's they drop these things throughout this movie. And then, also talking about another scene with Dewey was when they were having the recall rules, remember, in the living room.
Mhm,
And
yes.
and Liv McKenzie's like, "Who's Stu Macher again?"
Right.
And then you remember, and then she's like, "It was Billy." And then Dewey speaks up. It says, "Here's the actual quote. He's Billy's accomplice, a
Yes.
real Looney Tune."
Right. That is a big one. I've talked about it on my channel. The
Yeah.
fact that Dewey speaks in present tense,
Hmm.
I think that means something.
Yeah, I think so too. There's this underlying current. Another thing too, that's the name Stu Macher or Stu Macher, however, combination. Stu is brought up more in 5 than any of the previous sequels.
Right.
Period. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
and I'm like, you don't bring up a character that many times in a movie, in my mind, unless you are trying to establish to the audience who this person is.
Definitely. Yeah.
So they know who he is.
Hmm.
And so yeah, there's just these little things here and there in 5 that just really jump off the screen for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then we get to anything else on 5. Don't want to rush you off of there, sir.
Not that I
Wanna
can
share?
think of right now.
Okay.
Do you have anything?
I mean, I think this is one that I throw in there kind of as a possibility. Is when Richie gets the phone call in the kitchen
Right.
when Sam and Sydney are in the kitchen,
Yes.
and the phone rings and it's an unknown number.
Right. Yes.
And I'm just thinking to myself, and Richie doesn't answer the phone.
Mhm.
Now Sam says, "That's for you,"
Right.
and he just kind of like, yeah, he kind of laughs. Now
Mhm.
the assumption for most is that's Amber
Mhm.
calling him on her cell phone.
Mhm.
But in my mind, I'm like, wait a second here. Is it though? Right? Is it?
Yeah.
Would Amber really be grabbing her cell phone while she's trying to avoid Amber, who's looking for her, grabbing her cell phone, calling the house from and making it look like an unknown number?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it makes more sense to me though that this is maybe Stu calling, thinking it's over, checking in.
Yes. I definitely think that that could be Stu. I do know a lot of people think that it's Tara
Right.
because Sam says that's for you, so that implies that Sam knows that Tara is making the phone call, but I don't know.
Well, it's true, and I do see that logic, but the only other thing about that I don't doesn't make sense to me is what's the point? What's the point? Like, if she's
Right.
calling there to distract Richie, why didn't Sam like make a move? She
True.
doesn't do anything. She just is like that's for you.
That's a good point.
What's the end point of him? Okay, he picks the phone up. Then what? He says hello. I mean,
Mhm.
what's going? I mean, I'm saying I don't see like what the point of that phone call from Tara would result in. That's all. I just don't know.
Mhm.
But again, I won't die on that hill. I just throw it out there as a possibility. That's all.
Mhm. Definitely.
So anyway, I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. We're up to about 50 people now joining. Great to
Wow.
see you all. Fantastic. Welcome to the stream. We are talking fun theories with my guest, first time on the channel, Sister Pam. We are right now diving deep into an individual that we know as Stu Macher. And Pam, I think it's time to do one thing. You know what time it is?
What?
It's time to get it up. You ready? Let's
Yeah.
get it up!
Yeah! I'm ready, baby!
Oh, yeah. There he is.
Get up!
Get it up. That's it. Let's go, people.
Get up!
Channel members, let me see those 2 emojis in the chat.
Get up!
Come on, let's go.
Get up!
There they come. Here comes Stu.
It was fun.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That was too short. One more time.
Yeah! I'm ready, baby!
Keep those 2 emojis going, guys. Let's go. There you go.
Get up!
Yeah.
Get up!
Damn, look at those Stu Macher in the chat.
Get up! Get up! It was fun.
Okay, I'll stop there. That was fun.
Nice. Let's go.
Woo, let's go. Sometimes I just like to see. It's like the one time I allow my chat to spam is when Stu Macher songs are going. It was like, let's hit it.
I love it.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun stuff. Fun stuff. And Chris Hernandez says, "Hello, everyone. I'm subscribed to you both." Well, fantastic, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
That's very kind of you. We appreciate that. And cozy up and settle in. We got a ways to go still. We're talking fun stuff. Stu Macher, we're talking some other stuff coming, so stay tuned. Got to wait and see what it is. And our buddy Brandon over at I Like Scaries in the house. What's going on, Brandon? Good to see you, buddy. Great to see you, my friend. Brandon's got a great channel as well.
Yeah, I just subscribed recently because I heard you guys talking about him in one of your recent live streams. He's got a good channel.
Oh, good. There you go. Listen, he's great. Brandon's a great guy. Great channel. If you love Halloween, he talks more, but he talks about more than Halloween. But man, Halloween is his jam.
Nice.
And he is the subject matter expert for sure. All right. So yeah, good stuff for Scream 5. Now let's talk about Scream 6, Pam. Let's move ahead. What are some clues that maybe are, breadcrumbs maybe that jumped out to you in 6?
Let's see. Definitely the conversation between Kirby and Mindy.
Oh yes, that was big, right?
Yes. I think a lot of people take that as a confirmation of his death, but I take it the exact opposite.
Yes.
That proves to me that it's a mystery and a theory within the franchise.
That's right.
Amongst the characters as well as the audience in real life.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Because I've talked to people that said the same thing. Like, see there, that's Kirby confirmed he's dead. I'm like, dude, no.
The exact opposite.
No, yeah. Mindy's like, if you believe he's dead, that means, Mindy, and I'm not crazy about Mindy as a character. I've been very vocal about that. But she's a Stu truther. She's on the Stu train.
Yes.
So, she's earned some points there.
And
sure. I Like Scary says, thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. And I subscribe to yours. There you go.
Thank you.
Rock on. And also, something else that is a rocking thing is when you guys send in a super chat. Thank you, Jason, for your $2 super chat. Really helps out the channel. And Jason says, you two are both amazing. Stu lives. Jason. Yeah, thanks, Jason. Stu lives, baby. Yeah, he does. And it's funny because Pam was just talking about mentioning Stu in Scream 3. And you guys may or may not have seen this clip yet. It was not included in the documentary Still Screaming. But Nate Reagan, my good buddy Nate Reagan over at Reagan Productions, has the footage, the unseen footage. And so for anyone questioning whether Matthew Lillard was going to be in Scream 3, I'm going to bring you the clip now. And the man himself clears the air. So for your super chat clip, Jason, I'm going to play Matthew Lillard himself, letting us know he is indeed alive. He was going to be in 3. And here we go.
Well, I have an incredible piece of trivia, which probably nobody really knows. That Scream 3 was in pre-production, and I had actually been hired to come back in Scream 3 as the killer. And then when Columbine broke out, they scratched the entire script. They scrapped it. Because it had something to do with high school and taking over kids and making them do terrible things. And the producers were like, Wes was like, we have to, Bob was, we can't go this way. And so I actually was paid to be in Scream 3 and never had a chance to fulfill it.
There it is, guys. So it's not even a question like if I heard this there, I heard it at a convention. There's the clip right there, mic'd up. Matthew Lillard saying it from his own mouth way back in the day. And so, boom. Thank you, Jason.
He's very adamant about Stu surviving.
He is. He really is. He completely is 100% on the Stu train himself. That Stu did not die. And you know what? And he's right. He should be. And listen, you guys, I asked Alan Robinson, who played Stu Macher's stunt double in Scream 1. He's the guy who actually was running and throwing Nev over the couch, and actually the TV was thrown on him. And I asked him, "Do you think Stu could have survived?" And he said, "To answer your question, it's likely." That's what he said.
Nice.
And he said, it could have just stopped him for a minute, and then he rose back up. I'm like, so,
Yep.
hey, even the very actor who played his stunt double in the scene thinks it's lucky he survived. So, I love all these people associated with the franchise that believe it's possible.
Yeah.
What's up, Jen? Jen saying hi. Good to see you,
Hello.
Jen. Jen's one of my moderators, great friend. Known her for a very long time. I know her from before I had this channel, so we go way back.
Nice.
All right. So we're talking about Scream 6. We talked about that's right, Marcus. Had those sparks. Those sparks aren't real. Yes, in fact, the next super chat clip I get, if we get another super chat in this stream, I will play that clip. And Pam, I don't you may if you may not have seen it yet, but I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's a good one. That Marcus is talking about. What's up, Caden? I see you popping in. What's up, my man? Good to see you, buddy. All right, so we're talking about Scream 6 and evidence or clues or breadcrumbs, even for Matthew Lillard, or I should say, Stu Macher coming back. And this is one that we've already talked about, the dialogue with Mindy.
Mm-hmm.
And another one that I found to be interesting, and to me, it's kind of one that makes you think a little bit. It's a little philosophical, so it's not as tangible. But the character Quinn, whose
Mm-hmm.
favorite killer from her own mouth was
Yes.
Stu,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
She just so happened to what, Pam? Fake her death in the movie. Yes.
Yep. I was just thinking about that right before you said it.
That's awesome. Yeah, think about that. She faked her death in the movie, came
Mhm.
back, and she happened to be loving Stu Macher as their favorite. I mean, again, it's nothing tangible, but it's something that could be inferred by the writers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Say, hey, look at this.
And not only that, but in the first movie, Billy also fakes his death briefly. And
True.
in Scream 3, Roman also fakes his death.
Yes.
So maybe Billy and Stu kind of learned that from him in a way, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, Quinn is not the first character to fake her death, so
That's right.
definitely possible that Stu faked his death, which is what I think.
Same. I do too. I think he did too. I know there's that, you could go an avenue of prison or all this other stuff, and that's you could write that, but I think it's a lot heavier lifting to try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do that, you do have a lot of questions to answer.
Right.
Like, how does no one know? Why doesn't anyone talk about him in the sequels and all this other stuff?
Mm-hmm.
But if everyone thinks he's dead, it's easier. There's no reason to talk about him.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that explains the police board in Scream 6 that has his death date, 1996.
Yes, that's right.
Everyone believes that he is dead.
That's
so
right.
That explains that for me.
Exactly. Yeah. It's to me, it's just the cleanest, easiest way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, there he is. He's back. He's not really dead. So that's what I'm hoping that we're going to see when they bring, if and when, hopefully when they bring him back, it's going to be that it was a fake death. And
yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it. It's 96, right? DNA evidence, forensic evidence is not what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small town,
Mm-hmm.
easily corrupt, small. It's a very small police force, medical. Yeah. It's a lot easier to pull off than and if it look, here's the thing. If they just pulled this off in New York City in 2023,
Mm-hmm.
then there's no argument to say they couldn't have pulled it off in 96 in a small little town
Mm-hmm.
where you could literally pay off anybody and everybody you need to in that town.
Right.
So that's the way I look at it.
Stu's parents obviously had money. I mean, look at their
Mhm.
house.
Gorgeous
So,
house, boat,
right.
gone for the weekend somewhere. Who knows?
Hmm.
Yeah, just clearly, clearly upper class.
Yep.
And the beautiful thing is, by not having a backstory with the parents, they can write a backstory for the parents if they want to mention one.
Right.
You know, like Stu's dad was in government, local government. He could have been
Mhm.
or he could have been even higher. He could have been in state government. I mean, you could write any. You could. It's the simple typing on the computer, and you can make them anything. His parents, anything you want.
True.
Now JJ is coming in with a $2 super chat. JJ, thank you so much. All right, Scream 7, Back to Woodsboro, includes Stu and by repeat 5. Let me think here. Includes Stu, okay, and by repeat 5. Do you mean like maybe like a repeat of 5 with like his house and maybe kind of like that? What do you think, Pam?
I honestly would like to see them go back to Woodsboro. I know it's been
Mhm.
done a few times, but
Yeah.
Scream is just Woodsboro to me. I would love to see the final showdown with Stu happen in Woodsboro. Maybe they can start somewhere else in the first half of the movie, but maybe
Good.
something happens to bring them back to Woodsboro. Maybe Martha Meeks dies, and then, the twins have to go back for that, and their friends want to support them. So, I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's a good I mean, you could definitely have half a movie somewhere
Yeah.
different. And like you
Mhm.
say, maybe they get a notice on like midway through the movie. We see
Right.
Martha Meeks at her house, just doing
Hmm.
her, while doing dishes or something. And then all of a sudden, Ghostface is there, and bam,
Yup.
and they take her out.
Mhm.
And then there you go. Everyone, this the second half of the movie, they're in Woodsboro. I like that idea. That would work. It's
I would
kind of
like
best. Was that?
I would like to see that for sure.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds because I know a lot of people really want to see it outside of Woodsboro again, and
Hmm.
a lot of people want to see it back in Woodsboro again. I've said that I like it in Woodsboro, although I've been leaning towards this whole ski resort, tropical island kind of setting for
Hmm.
7, and been back in Woodsboro in 8. But this idea of a half and half thing is
Yeah.
interesting. I like that. That's very interesting. All right. So JJ, I think it's got potential, my friend. It does have very good potential. Appreciate the super chat very much. And let's see for your super chat clip, what we're doing, because you did mention Stu. So let's go ahead and see what Matthew Lillard has to say about his character, Stu Macher, a little bit more. Here we go.
How would you envision Stu returning to Scream 5?
Scarred. Well, he's not in 5, I'll tell you that. But whenever he comes back somewhere in the future, because that's what happens in horror movies all the time, they bring the killers back. He's scarred, but yet handsome with great abs.
He feels he didn't die.
I didn't, dude. I will throw a TV on my face right now to prove it. On TV, I will be like, here's the deal. This 2-ton TV, I'm going to throw on my face. And if I die, then I will let this moment go.
I think the TVs now you wouldn't die, but the TVs back then you definitely would.
I would not die. I would not die. They had to add those sparks. Those sparks aren't real.
So I would like to argue on behalf of the stupidheads out there that he is still alive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it gets me hyped up every time.
How could it not?
I know. It's just, man. And Marcus is excited because Marcus is going to be meeting Matthew again over at Monster Mania. Yeah, it's coming up.
Nice. I'm jealous.
I know. My buddy Eric over at the Beard Entertainment
Hmm.
will also be. He got his VIP tickets already for it. He'll be meeting him too.
Nice.
So excited for all of my friends.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. We are launching a multi-legged attack on getting Matthew to get on my channel.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be amazing. We're all trying to make it happen to get him over here.
I hope it happens.
Oh, thank you, Pam. I believe one day it will. One day. I do believe that.
I'm sure it will. I'm manifesting it right now.
Yes, exactly. That's right. So Scream 6 to 5 and 6 are leading us to 7, and obviously, and my hope is that 7 is the movie we see him finally, Pam. We do see the reveal. And last thing I want to say, and I want to get your thoughts on this, for the cult of Ghostface idea. So we go all the way back to 5, and we learn in the kitchen scene that there was a dreaded thread, a sub-dreaded thread that I personally think Stu was the author of it.
I agree.
For the purposes of grooming and finding people he could manipulate and follow his plan. And he found Richie, and he found Amber, and wait for it, he found Jason, and he found Greg.
Yep.
All right. So my thoughts are they're all part of the same thread, and that we got a little glimpse of the Stu cult at the beginning of 6 to let us know that that is still happening.
Yep.
It's not over yet. Did you feel that way when you watched 6?
Yes, I agree 100%.
Nice.
Jason even says we have to finish Richie's movie, right?
That's right. That's it.
And, you know, everyone online believes that Sam was responsible for the murders in Scream 5, but Jason knows that it was Richie because he's part of the message board.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then you have the Baileys, who again they had nothing to do with the dreaded thread. They care less about the dreaded thread itself. And they were there for their own reasons. They were there for the revenge on Sam. But I think it's so cool that we got this little. Well, it's a great opening, but we got these scenes with Jason, and of course we don't really get a scene with Greg. Poor Greg in the box in the ice box, but in the machine, in the fridge. But it at least showed us, to me, like that's connected. Like that dreaded thread's still going out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, I was wondering what you thought about that as well, because that's really felt that way to me,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And the fact that in Scream 5, like, Amber says, I just wanted to be a part of something. I was radicalized.
Yes.
I mean, definitely screams to me that she's part of this cult, for sure.
100%. Yeah, interesting dialogue, right? I was radicalized. I just wanted to be a part of. That is totally what a cult does. That's like exactly what happens. Yeah, very good observations. I mean, it's all there for us to see it. Just pay attention. It's right there.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So before we move on to something different than Stu, what do you hope to see in 7 from Stu? What's your ideal Stu return for you?
Well, I want them to tease it a little bit in the beginning, but I don't want to see him show up till the final act. I would love to have a full movie with him, but at the same time, I want that like grand reveal at the end. And I definitely need to see him come face to face with Sydney again. I want to hear him say, I always had a thing for you, Sid, once again. And yeah, I just want this big reveal in the final act.
So do you want to see him revealed earlier, or do you want it to really be like in the last, like, say, 15 minutes?
More than 15 minutes, for sure. I want them to tease it in the beginning, like
Okay.
will he or won't he? I want at least like 30 minutes with him.
Yeah.
15 is too short.
Agreed. Yeah,
But
that
now
is.
I want him to get away with it in the end so that we can see him again in 8, because I
Ooh.
would like that.
Well, I think that'd be amazing. I just don't know. Part of me thinks that if they bring him back, they're
Hmm.
gonna probably kill him in such a definitive way. Like
Yeah,
it will finally be that beheading that they always talk about, saying,
right.
Mindy's, and it'll be something where it's like so impossible. Like, well, no,
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I just have a feeling they're gonna be like, okay, guys, we're gonna give you what you want, but this
Hmm.
is it.
Yeah.
This is all you're gonna get. Um, but who knows? Who knows? It would be
Right.
great to see him again for sure. Um, but that's awesome. I think, yeah, I'm pretty much, along the lines of you as well. I think I want to see him for more than 15 minutes as well. I mean, there was a theory I had about him that I thought would be interesting is because, Sam, I don't know that Sam really knows what he looks like. And he would look a lot different now too,
Hmm.
than he was at 17 in those images of him. So I thought it would be really cool if throughout the movie you see Stu befriending um, Melissa, and like say she goes to her job, if she's working in like a bar or coffee shop, and he goes there and he orders coffee every day at 11 or whatever. He's a regular customer, and he begins to talk to her more and more and more, and just puts on his charm and charisma that he has,
Hmm.
and they began to form a friendship. I'm not saying anything more than that, just a friendship. But he's never around anybody else but her. No Gail, nobody else,
Hmm.
Sydney. And so we get to see him basically trying to get close to her because at the end of the day, what his goal is to try to turn her so that she would kill with him. And it
Yeah,
would be like having a Loomis connection, like with her dad.
I
And
like that.
then you like that? And then
Hmm.
if she doesn't kill with him, then he'll turn on her and try to kill her.
Interesting. I
That's
like
just
that idea.
it's just something I've been thinking about for a while, and that's the way we get Matthew Lillard in pretty much the whole movie.
Hmm.
But and he could still be killing in the costume,
Hmm.
but we get to see him interacting with Sam.
That would be
Um,
cool.
and then of course the ultimate at the end, the ultimate, where there's killing going on or whatever, and he takes the mask off and it reveals it's him, and he explains who he is. It's me. I'm actually Stu Macher. Oh my gosh, her eyes. You imagine. But anyway, I'm not sure how they would do it. There's ways to do it, but that's a possibility at least,
Hmm.
hopefully.
For sure.
All right. Well, let's see. We'll move on from Stu for now. And let's see, what's another theory that you're really thinking about for 7 that you would like to see? Is it any other past characters you'd like to come back? You think that may be alive?
Um, well, I would really like to see Joel the cameraman again. He is alive.
He is.
Not
Yes.
that that's some big crazy theory. I mean, I do want to see Christina Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've been building her up. What else? Do you think that Tara could be involved? Kind of, since like Roman was revealed as Sydney's half sibling, and Tara is technically Sam's half sibling. Do you think that Tara could be involved?
Uh, the only reason I feel like she's not is because of that brutal attack in 5.
Right.
And I'm just, 7 stabs, I think it was, and that's not to say she's not per se, but I don't think she would put herself through all of this.
Right.
That's the only thing. It would be a twist though.
maybe she could turn. Like she wasn't involved in 5, but Stu
Mm.
turns her. I don't know.
Ooh, could be interesting. Well, and it kind of goes back too to who is Christina?
Right.
We don't know because she was she was in high school with Billy and Stu,
Right.
so she's right there in Sydney. She's right there with the
Mhm.
counterpart of all of them. So
Yep.
I mean, you could make her into someone whoever you'd want her to be. I mean,
Mhm.
like I've talked about Angelina from 3.
Mhm.
I mean, I think she could easily be alive, and
Definitely.
I mean, she would have been the same age to be with Billy and Stu and all them as well. So
Mhm.
a lot of possibilities there. But Tara it would be interesting. Tara, if they turned her evil or they kill her off, it's going to be stunning, shocking.
For sure. Yeah.
It's just going to be like, what? Really, it's going to hit hard,
Yeah.
But I've rumored that maybe they kill her off because they can't afford her.
Right.
And they say, hey, come back for one sequence,
Mhm.
But of course, you know what that would do to Sam. She's an umbrella sister. That would
Mhm.
send her over the edge. Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. Whoa. Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, real quick, we got a $5 super chat from the Smiles Voice. Thank you, my friend. So I would imagine the wannabe ghost faces on the Reddit post would put a bounty on Sam's head, and that would force her to become Ghostface again. Ooh, interesting. That's an interesting idea. If because everyone's failing to kill her, Richie and Amber couldn't do it. Jason and Greg couldn't do it. Like a John Wick hit list thing going on.
Possible.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Dang. Could you imagine like every state, city she's going in, there's somebody after her? It's like craziness.
She's a good killer, so
She is a great killer. In fact, her kills, like her kill in 5 and 6, are personally my favorite kills of each movie. They
Mhm.
actually are. Yep. Love those. And Marcus is saying that Jenna just signed up for Iron Man. Things aren't looking swell for a full-on return. See, there you go, man.
Hmm.
Yep. They may not be able to get her in for a whole movie unless they're going to do this movie in a couple years, which is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, wow, Smiles Voice. That's an interesting thought, man. That would be crazy if that happened. Maybe Sydney's like, they lead him to Chicago, and Sydney's like, not in my city, not in my town. I'm going to stop this. Oh my gosh. Well, let me play. Let's see here. I've been doing all Stu clips. Let's change it up. We'll do a little crazy clip, a little silly clip, which I like to do for fun when they get super chats. And let's see here. This has quickly become one of my favorite ones here. Is work safety clips. They're very important stuff, Pam. We gotta be
Yep.
careful on the job. And here's a great example around forklifts. Here we go.
When Freddie Jones discovered the key in the switch, he decided to go for a joyride and quickly lost control, crashing into the break room wall.
Oh my gosh, Fred, is he okay?
No, he's not okay. He's dying.
Oh, poor Fred. My gosh. Smiles Voice, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that. Oh. Yeah, Marcus says Sam's kills are the best in radio silences. Straight and ruthless. I love it. Yeah, me too, man.
Mhm.
Me too. All right. Now, Pam, as we start to begin to kind of wrap up the stream a little bit, There has been our good friend Marcus. Speaking of Marcus here, who's in the chat, is a real advocate. I'm on the Stu train. I'm on the conductor of the Stu train. I would say that Marcus is the driver of the Charlie tram.
Yes.
And he is all about Charlie Walker, and I respect it. So I'd like to know what are your thoughts on the Charlie Walker theories that are out there? Do you think he's alive, or do you think that he's just dead?
I'm really torn on it now. At first, I really did think he was because there are a few Easter eggs for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that photo did look like him at first until I saw your video where you brightened it up. Doesn't really look like him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, there are a few Easter eggs. Like, Ghostface uses Charlie's name in Scream 5 opening scene. And in the same scene, Ghostface stabs Tara through the hand the same way Charlie stabbed Olivia in Scream 4.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like you said on your channel, it would kind of be a lot to bring back two past Ghostfaces.
Right.
I mean, the movie would have to be like 3 hours long if they want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely open to it. I think Charlie is an underrated Ghostface.
Okay.
I definitely respect him a lot, but I'm very torn on it.
Yeah, I get it. And I had a discussion the other day with Marcus here on the channel, and I was kind of like, well, if you bring back Charlie, maybe what if you brought back? You'd almost have to bring back Stu and Charlie
Right.
and Angelina. I don't know. But see again, like you say, then it's a kind of a free for all at that point. You're bringing back all three of them.
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting, but I don't know. I just don't know that. It just seems to me like if you're going to bring back one of these other characters,
Mm-hmm.
and you're looking at the fandom and what the overall fandom, what they would be most excited about, it seems to me Stu would gain a much higher score than Charlie overall.
Definitely.
Like, you know what I mean? And so I think the studio is going to think about those things. Like, well, we're going to bring somebody back. What does the audience want? I think they're going to look at Stu, Charlie, Angelina. I think Stu wins over everybody because he's so beloved. He's a beloved character. But if you brought Charlie and Stu back, I could live with that. I told him, I think on the stream, I was like, man, if they build this whole thing up and they've already established these Stu breadcrumbs, and we get to that final reveal, and the mask comes off, and it's Charlie Walker,
right?
I'm gonna be like, dude, come on now. But if it's Stu Macher and Charlie Walker, then I can live with that. Yeah. There you go, Marcus. They're working together. Exactly. That's right.
I would like to see it. But another reason why I'm leaning towards Charlie not being alive is because I believe his shirt that he died in is in the shrine. Stu's outfit that he died in is not in the shrine. His tan colored sweater.
Right.
Billy's white t-shirt is there. Stu's sweater is not there, but Charlie's white button-up shirt is there. So that's another reason why I don't think Charlie's alive.
That's a good point.
But like I said, I don't know.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, you're right. That's an excellent point to bring up. Yeah, the red coat's all that's there. The other ones have the shirt. So interesting. I love that. All right. Well, listen, this has been a lot of fun. It's gone by really quickly.
I know. Bye.
So fast. We're already at almost an hour. So, guys, I want to remind everyone in the chat, if you have not subscribed yet to Sister Pam, go and subscribe to her channel. The link to the description, or I should say, a link to her channel is in the description of this live stream. And if not, you can simply type in Sister Pam, just as it's spelled there, and it'll come right up. Go check it out. You're going to love it. Subscribe. Check out her content. She's got a lot of great content. And Rowdy, Too Fast, coming in with a $2 super chat. What's up, Craven? Man, we are hanging out. We've been talking Stu. We've been talking a little bit of Charlie, a little bit of Angelina, a lot of Stu Macher. But how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for your super chat, man. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate that, man. Seriously do. Let's see, Rowdy. Let me get you a clip, man. Let me get you a clip because I like to play clips for you guys. Something that's very important here to the channel is our lungs, man. You got to breathe to live. Right? You got to breathe to live. And so let's hear this public service announcement from the American Lung Association. Here we go.
Now we're pleased to bring you a message from the American Lung Association.
Hi, I'm Laura Hinman. I'm the spokesperson today for the American Lung Association, and I'm just here to tell you young people, and you old people also, stop smoking. Smoking is hazardous to your health. Smoking causes cancer. You young people think it's so cool to smoke, but it's not. You get all that old tartar on your teeth, and then you have to have your teeth cleaned, and you get the lung, you get it all in your lungs, and then you wind up with lung cancer, and before it's all over with, you wind up dying because of smoking. Smoking should be a no-no.
And cut. Well, that's keeper.
Woo! I need a cigarette.
Oh gosh.
That was my favorite one that you play.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I'll remember that. And Memo Boy, what's up, Memo Boy? How you doing, buddy? Coming in with a super chat here. Says, Craven, can you rank the Scream posters? Oh my goodness. Wow, Pam. Oh, wow. And some of these posters have variant posters too, which is
Right.
the hard part. Well, ladies first. Do you want to take a stab at it? Your rankings?
Well, the first movie has to be my favorite. The poster of the first movie. Let's see. I'm gonna go with, in second place, the second movie. And then I like the fourth one. The fourth movie is actually my favorite Scream sequel.
Mine too.
Nice. So then the third ranking will be 4. And then I like 6's poster. So fourth place would be 6. And then 3. And then 5. Did I name all of them? 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5.
Yeah, very good. Wow. That's real good. So yeah, I think for me, it's going to be, it'd be Scream 1 as well. It has to start with 1. And then I'm doing 4 next. I love 4 with the blade on the chin.
True, that's
such a
really
good look. Oh man. So 1, 4. Probably 2. And then I'll do 6. And then I do like 3. Because it has the number 3 with Sydney's eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from her face. And then 5 would be last. I think that's right. Yeah.
Nice.
Very good. That was a good question. I had to think about that. And I want to give a quick shout out to Zay Day. Zay Day says, I'm new here. All right. Well, so glad that you were here, Zay Day. Great to see you. We're getting ready to actually close up here in just a second. But be sure and watch the replay and come back for our next stream, which actually this is a good time to mention it because it's tomorrow. We are watching Scream 6. That's right, a live watch party.
Nice.
Tomorrow with our special guest, Michelle Laliberte, the production designer of Scream 6. She's coming back and she's watching the movie with us, guys, live. So it will be her and me on the panel, and she will be describing the scenes, the sets, the designs as we go through the whole movie. So it's going to be an amazing experience tomorrow. It starts at 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
I'll definitely tune into that.
Awesome, Pam. I'm glad you can make it. It's going to be such a unique experience. You're not going to get, this is the first time she's ever done this. And it'll be the most, interesting information we're ever going to hear about Scream 6 from a design perspective. So, yeah. So it's tomorrow, 6:30.
Nice.
All right. So don't miss it, guys. All righty, guys. Well, look, everyone, be sure you go and get subscribed again to Sister Pam's channel. You're going to love her content. This was a great, and Pam, thanks for coming today. I had a really fun time.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. And I do owe a clip for our friend Memo Boy, who just gave that generous super chat clip here. So let's see. Memo Boy, you know what we haven't done in this stream? We haven't done spicy mustard yet. And I mean, we got to do spicy mustard at least once. So
everyone seems to love that one.
Oh yeah, this is like, it's required viewing on the channel for super chat. So here we go, Memo Boy. Here's your clip. Sing along, everybody. Here we go.
Do you feel the hunger tonight? Are you a little hungry? I wanna be a hot dog. Be a hot dog tonight. I'm a hot dog. If you wanna take a bite. I'm a hot dog. If you wanna dip me in spicy mustard, then you can. Because I'm a hot dog.
Wow. There it is.
That one's too funny.
I love it. Scarier than Ghostface. I love all the hot dog emojis. It's so funny. All right, guys. Well, guys, I think we're going to leave it there for now. Again, there is the link. Just click that and subscribe. Be sure you do that and show her your love over there at her channel. Let her know you're coming from the stream. And also be sure and smash the thumbs up button here on this stream if you've enjoyed it, and it will help other folks find it in the replay mode. We'd appreciate it. All right, guys. Everyone have a wonderful day. Pam, I'll see you backstage.
Okay.
And all right. And for everyone else, have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow as we watch Scream 6 with Michelle Laliberte. Goodbye, everyone. See ya.